Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Anthony.
Thanks for joining us for our Blue Soul Wisdom series. Today, we are going to channel the energy of Miriam of Magdala, otherwise known as Mary Magdalene, and you will see through our series or other episodes where we have brought through her energy and chatted with her about her wisdom on many esoteric topics, including just our day-to-day existence. So today we thought we would talk to her about consciousness.
Consciousness.
Yes.
I'm really curious to see what she says about that. The Magdalene has a lot to say about everything. That's what we love about her energy. So let's call her through and let's see what happens.
Sounds great. So Anthony's preparing to connect, taps in, connects to, ignites, whatever you want to call it, into different dimensional realms and realities and pulls forth the frequencies which make up the soul of Miriam of Magdala. How are you?
Good, thank you. Always an honor to be in your presence, Gaia.
It's always an honor to be in your presence.
I see Anthony's growing his hair.
So we thought in this episode we would talk about consciousness.
Consciousness. What is consciousness exactly?
Yeah, what is consciousness? And sometimes people wonder, what has consciousness?
Is it the proverbial, I think, therefore I am consciousness? Well, Descartes had a bit of it right, but most of it, no. He keeps coming from the ego,
Wow.
not the divine ego. Descartes thought that because I think, therefore I am, he thought that he knew that he was alive, but he didn't. He only had a very small part of it. I will give you the other part of it. My take on it.
That would be great.
So what is consciousness? Can you measure it? No. You can't. How do you know you're conscious? Oh, because I can feel this. No. That's not even real.
Well, consciousness, right? And science is showing this more and more. There's this connection between science and spirituality, that actually consciousness does exist outside of the brain and long after this perceived human body leaves the earth realm.
Good. Outside of the brain. You're exactly right.
Yes.
I think, therefore I am, is in the brain.
Wow.
So I'm going to tell you this. What is consciousness? Well, I, as Magdalene, and we as your guides, we can't tell you exactly what it is, because you have to discover it for yourselves. What's the best way to discover it? Again, we can't tell you, but we can tell you this, and I will tell you this. Stay in the present moment. When you stay in that present moment, you will become conscious of everything around you. You let go of all of the past and all of the future. All of these things that make you worry about who you are, they keep you out of the present moment and they distract you from being conscious. You see, that is why the guides have told you, and I will tell you the same thing, there are many more creatures on this earth realm that are far more connected than human beings are. Let's take, for example, a dog. Now you know that, and we're going to tell you, I will tell you this, they don't have souls. But what they do have is consciousness. They were always in the present moment. They were always connected to source energy. Human beings are not. You're often unconscious.
Right. I mean, for those of you who are animal lovers, you know this, right? Just jump on a horse or connect to a dolphin, right? Or have a kitty cat on your lap when you're trying to relax. I mean, there's this sense that these beautiful creatures, these furry creatures, are here to teach us.
Now you want a better explanation of just staying in the present moment. Okay. All right then. Many times when you do spiritual work, and I did a lot of it, And so did Yeshua. And so do you and Anthony. And so does everybody here. They're doing the work right now. You're becoming more conscious of who you are. You're becoming conscious of the fact that there is something greater than yourself here at work. You're becoming conscious of the fact that there are beings in other dimensional realms that are here to work with you. And you're becoming conscious of the fact that you are the creator of your own existence. You see, you become conscious of consciousness itself. And you begin to understand who you are, and I always say your true, authentic self in this lifetime.
As energy beings having a human experience.
That is what is going on. But most importantly, you are becoming conscious that you are connected to the All, to Source, Father, Mother, all of these things.
Right, which was what your message was when you taught with Yeshua 2,000 years ago.
So where do you go then to find this consciousness and unity and connectiveness? We'll go to church, of course. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Get on your knees and pray. Bow pray at least 5 times a day. Go into a cave. Meditate and eat nothing. Drink only water for at least 40 days.
Okay, so you're poking fun at some of these.
No, we're telling you, we're not poking fun. We're saying that these are ways that you can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it this way, but you don't have to.
So these are ways that many ancient sages, mages, spiritual teachers, and masters did it because it was a way of purifying the body and getting there. But essentially what you're saying in modern times, that's not really necessary because it's really our thinking about getting to that place of enlightenment and higher consciousness. It's not all the structured rules and regulations that we need to do to get there.
That's true. You don't need to fast. You don't need to pray. You don't even need to meditate. But these are the things that help you get there. And if that's what's going to help you get there, then do it.
Yeah.
So
we talk about meditation as a way to get there all the time, as well as connecting to nature. And in fact, you, Yeshua, and our guides have taught that to us, right?
Well, I will teach you also that prayer is very important too, because when you are praying
or meditating,
I'm going to talk about prayer.
Okay.
Because I know that you don't like that word. You associate it with the church. Remember, prayer is no different than meditation. Meditation, you're going inward to go out. For prayer, you go out to go in. You decide on how you want to get there. You can pray or you can meditate.
So both are equally effective.
They are. But remember, you don't have to go anywhere. You stay right here. When you meditate, you stay right here when you pray. The temple is always here.
You prayed.
We prayed a lot.
Yes.
Yes, we did. We also sat and we meditated as well. So we did both things. We combined our teachings.
Yeah.
That's what we do. And that's what we want you to do. We don't, and I don't make fun of or mock modern day religious societies or spiritual societies as well. Practices. But I do tell you that you don't always have to follow the rules. You are the rule. You remember, you are the teacher. You follow your own rules.
You're sounding a bit like Eleanor Roosevelt.
I'm sounding a little bit more like you. You know, that's how I was back then. We broke all the rules. We were the rule breakers. And they didn't like us for that.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if you had a very patriarchal society in the sense that they were the ones who ruled, right? It was Romans who were like building a lot of strength at that time. And I would imagine that your teachings with Yeshua would shake things up a little bit too much for their comfort.
You see, they were afraid of us.
Yeah.
And they didn't like us because we were telling them that you don't need your religious institutions to tell you how to reach God. It's already here. Well, it's the religion, or they were the religion institutions that were in charge also of the governments.
Yes.
Religion and government were all the same. They were one and the same. So when you tell people that you don't need these religion institutions
And
or
that,
even the governments,
as Yeshua so often taught, that the kingdom lies within.
and that's why he said, give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, give to Caesar what is Caesar's is simply saying, give to the government what the government needs. You pay your taxes, but you do not need a government to tell you how to connect with source energy.
Yeah.
You're very fortunate that here in this country, your government is fairly separated from your religions.
Yeah.
You see, this is the connectiveness of who you are as a species, this idea still of oneness. You cannot separate it as much as you even try. You can't.
Yeah. And a oneness and unity consciousness is definitely healthier for a society than a consciousness that's based on divisiveness and fear.
Once you truly become one or conscious that you are all connected to one, then you will start to realize you are connected to everything.
Yeah.
And you won't be so self-serving all the time. The I think, therefore I am starts to go away, and the we think, therefore we are. The divine part of who you are comes to play. That's when you become one, the we becomes all of us.
Yeah. Because what we do affects our reality, but it affects everybody else's reality as well. And not just everyone else, but everything that we touch, because we're all energy. So that means we affect the environment as well.
How dare us to go out and to heal the sick and the lame, to go into the scourges of the earth. You see, the things that we used to do, they did not like.
Yeah.
We started to touch everybody
Right.
because we felt the unity of one and that we were all connected, even the poorest of the poor, the diseased and sick that no one wanted to take care of. We were there. So, your religions still do that. They still help others.
Yes, they do.
But they often always bring in their own ego. They have to let go of that.
Yeah.
And with that, I bid you goodbye.
Oh, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. And we'll talk more about consciousness in future episodes as well.
Yes, remember, consciousness is here. Consciousness is also there. Take both and combine them together. Then you will find the unity of who you truly are in this lifetime.
Yes.
And your true, authentic selves. I will see you later, as I always do, with an aspect of the guides.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gaia, for receiving me again. It's always an honor and privilege to be in your presence.
We feel the same way. And off her energy goes, though our guides will always tell us, as does Magdalene and Yeshua when we channel them, that they never really go very far away from our auric field. But unplugging a little bit, so Anthony's consciousness and his energy, right, that makes up his soul in this lifetime, shines a little brighter and comes back to the here and now on this earth plane. Are you back?
Mm-hmm. She's quite an enjoyable energy. And as I always say, she's a force to be reckoned with.
Indeed.
She's
Yeah.
definitely someone you want to have on your side.
She spoke her truth 2,000 years ago, and through many now, she speaks her truth again, whether it's through channeling, whether it's through art, books, and many, many other aspects. I think we're going to be hearing more from Miriam of Magdala.
And I can tell you that if you want her to speak her truth through you,
Yeah, she will. So thanks so much for joining us.
We'll see you soon.